This is Suffolk County Police. May I help you?
Yeah, we have a shooting here. DeFeo.
Sir, what is your name?
Joey Yeswick.
Can you spell that?
Y-E-S.
Y-E-S.
W-I-T.
W-I-T. Your phone number?
I don't even know if it's here. I don't have a phone number here.
Okay, where are you calling from?
It's in Amityville. Call up the Amityville police. It's right off of Ocean Avenue in Amityville.
Ocean Avenue? Off of where?
It's right off of Merrick Road, Ocean Avenue.
Merrick Road. What's the problem, sir?
It's a shooting.
There's a shooting. Anybody hurt?
Huh?
Anybody hurt?
Yeah. Everyone's dead.
What do you mean everybody's dead?
I don't know what happened. A kid comes, running the bar and says everyone and his family was killed. And we came down here.
Hold on a second, sir. I'm gonna let you speak to the desk sergeant. Hold on.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
My name is Joe Yeswick.
George Edwards?
Joe Yeswick.
How do you spell it?
What? I just... How many times do I gotta tell you? Y-E-S-W-I-T.
Where you at?
I'm on Ocean Avenue.
What number?
I don't have a number here. There's no number on the phone.
What number on the house?
I don't even know that.
Where you at? Ocean Avenue what?
In Amityville. Call up the Amityville police and have someone come down here.
Amityville? Okay. Now tell me what's wrong.
A guy comes running in the bar and said that his mother and father, we ran down to his house, and everybody in his house was shot. I don't know how long.
What's the address of the house?
Hold on. Let me go look at the number, all right? Just hold on. 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville.
Is that Amityville or North
Amityville, right on south of Merrick Road.
Is it right in the village limits?
It's in the village limits, yeah.
Okay. What's your phone number?
I don't have one. There's no number on the phone.
Where you calling from? Public phone?
No, I'm calling from the house because I don't see a number on the phone.
You're at the house itself?
Yeah.
How many bodies are there?
I don't know. They said 4.
There's 4?
Yeah.
All right. You stay right there at the house. I'll call the Amityville Village PD, and they'll come down.
Today, police combed the DeFeo's handsome 3-story house for clues while divers explored the backyard swimming pool for the still unfound murder weapon. Investigators say without explanation that they now feel young DeFeo was in the house at the time of the murders, but they're not yet considering him a suspect.
We have no indication of the motive at this time.
Police have been questioning the son, Ronald, and now say he is being, quote, safeguarded.
What about Ronald DeFeo, the son, Mr. Rogers?
Ronald is being safeguarded by the Suffolk County Police at this time.
Why safeguarded?
Why? Because there's 6 members of the family dead, and we don't know why, and he's the sole remaining member.
Is he also a suspect?
He's not a suspect at this time.
There's one element in the usual mass murder story which seems to be missing from this case. There's no sense of fear in this community, no feeling of a mass murderer on the loose. People we talked to seem to feel that whatever was the motive for this crime, it had something to do with the family. It's not something that's going to return to bother anyone else.
Officer Gragowski?
Stay put. You got him.
Detective Randazzo. You got a minute?
Yes, sir. Did you go upstairs yet? I've never seen anything.
Is it common practice to allow a priest to enter an active crime scene prior to it being cleared by detectives?
Well, I didn't see any harm in the Reverend doing his thing for the departed. In my 9 years on the job, I've never seen anything like this before. So to answer your question, Detective, what's upstairs? It's far from common.
Where's that alarm clock at?
3rd floor bedroom. East side bedroom. Dead female. Looks like she was shot in the back of the neck, but there's so much goddamn blood I can't even tell. Officer Tyndall and I went upstairs shortly after I arrived and found the 2 female victims.
And that's the son in the dining room?
Yes, sir. Seems to be the only survivor. Ronald DeFeo Jr.
Hey, Jerry.
Nice place. The gang's all here. Harrison, Napolitano, Balisky. I think I even saw Rico pulling up outside. So we got some bodies?
And then some. So much for living in Sleepy Hollow. It's a lone survivor right there in the dining room.
Little kids, huh?
Come on.
I'll do whatever I can to help you guys. This is so fucked. My grandfathers are gonna fucking lose it when they hear what happened.
Oh my God, Ronnie! I can't believe it.
I know. You all right?
Yeah. Bobby told me everything.
Yeah?
And you are?
Ronnie's girlfriend.
Do we have your information, Miss?
Weiss. And yeah, I gave it to the detective in there.
In there?
Yeah.
Jerry,
What's up?
tell me, am I correct that this guy's claiming this was a mob hit?
That's what he said. I'm not sure what's up with this kid. I mean, could be just him trying to get us chasing our tails.
Yeah? Well, if there's a off chance that this was an organized hit, we gotta get him into protective custody ASAP.
Right. Why take any chances, huh? Hey,
Change of plans?
he's coming with us.
Whoa.
You heard the detective.
Whoa.
Come on, Ronnie.
Come on.
You guys are...
Come
no.
on, Ronnie.
Fuck. No. Come on, guys. This is totally unnecessary. Whoa. Am I being arrested?
No, we're protecting you.
You're the sole survivor. We're keeping you safe, Ronnie.
Call me Butch. Everyone calls me Butch.
What makes you so confident this Mazio guy had it out for your family?
Mazio was good friends with my father. He had a key to the house. Him and his wife even stayed there a few years back after their place burned to the ground.
He was pissed at me about some paint job, and I called him a cocksucker. When I told my father what I said, he nearly had a fucking stroke. Why'd you call him that? Don't you know what he does?
That's when I found out Mazio is a contract killer for the goddamn Gambino family.
So, you called him a cocksucker a few years back, yeah?
Yeah.
And he just decides to wipe out your entire family.
Talk about holding a grudge.
Through some miracle act of God, you end up completely untouched.
Yeah. I guess I got lucky.
So what do you think of Mr. Clean in there?
He's a piece of work. So while you were making friends with Butchie in there, I spoke to Barlisky. After we leave, all hell breaks loose.
Oh yeah, Mazio stop by and confess?
Even better. Both grandfathers show up, right? They start causing a scene, they start throwing their weight around. Brigante's demanding that we let him inside so he can see his daughter and grandchildren. He starts shooting off his mouth saying things like, if this was the city, they'd let me in, no questions asked.
All hail the fucking King of New York.
Yeah, it gets even better, man. Dr. Alderman and Delapina are there, processing. We got a sick fuck on our hands. The girls, they were hit at close range. The younger girl, 13. Doc says it appeared she woke up and looked at the son of a bitch. Trajectory of the round places at left cheekbone. Stippling markings. That son of a bitch stood over her and blew her away.
We need to find and clear this Tony Mazzio.
Yeah, if we can even find the guy, but you and I both know our dude is sitting right in there.
Find Mazzio?
We got the call out, and we'll find him. To tell you the truth, I think you're the one we want.
Come on, guys. I'm trying to
Butch,
help you.
why don't you come with us, please?
No, come on, man. I'm trying to help.
Come on, Butch.
You don't need to do this.
James,
Jesus
put it in the wrong
Christ.
place.
I'm trying to cooperate with you guys. You don't need to do this, man. Come on.
You're under arrest, Ronald DeFeo.
Butch, take it easy.
You don't need to do this. I'm trying to help.
Ronnie, just stay calm. Listen to me. You have the right to remain
You're
silent.
fucking not listening. I don't fucking care. I'm just trying to fucking help you guys.
Ronnie, we need to know about the guns in the house.
And what fucking guns?
Before you say anything else, you need to understand that we've all been working through the night on this.
We got out information that's been confirmed by investigators that live and breathe this kind of thing.
Okay.
He's right, so being less than forthcoming is a waste of everyone's time. We already know what we know.
So why the fuck you asking?
Look at the picture, Butch.
Fuck you.
Look at the picture, Butch.
Yeah, so I know a 22. So fucking what? I don't know about the other one.
Butch, this is gonna be easier if you're honest with us.
Honey! Betty!
In here.
You're not gonna believe it.
You got a raise.
Even better.
I thought you said this was Eddie Connor's case.
Well, it was. Till old Sully made his calculated move.
None for me. Isn't it a little early for you too?
Sheesh. I thought you'd show a bit more excitement. Like, hey, honey, I know how hard you've been working all these years and how much.
No, it isn't like that. I just thought you said Eddie was handling it. Jerry, the girls and I barely see you as it is. And now you're taking on the most talked about case since Watergate.
Hon, this is what I do. And this is a huge opportunity for me to show Boneyara how valuable I am as a prosecutor. And, frankly, Eddie's retiring in like a month. 6 months. Sorry, 6 months.
Coaster.
Sorry. You're always right, Mrs. Sullivan. Always right. That's why I had to marry you. Who else was gonna challenge me and bring me back down to earth every once in a while?
Remember when we bought this, bigger...
More expensive.
Guess that means I'll be mowing the grass for the remainder of the summer.
Well, I bet if the girls teamed up, they could push it together.
Those poor babies.
I know. Look. I could pass the case on to someone else. You're right, I've been neglecting.
Do you think you can win?
There's only one way to find out.
And I say you get that son of a bitch.
Where are the girls?
They're outside, finger painting.
I'll go surprise them.
You might want to take that shirt off. Remember what happened last time to your cardigan?
You see, sweetie? I'd be lost without you.
Hear ye, hear ye. All persons having anything to do before the Honorable, the Justices of the Superior Court for the County of Suffolk, come near, give your attendance, and you shall be heard. The Honorable Thomas M. Stark presiding. God save the state of New York. You may be seated.
Indictment number 1251-74, the people of the state of New York versus Ronald Joseph DeFeo Jr.
Is the prosecution ready?
Ready, Your Honor.
Defense?
We're ready, Your Honor.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. On behalf of the Superior Court of Suffolk County, I welcome you. And we're about to begin this trial with the opening statements of counsel. Now, opening statements are not evidence. They simply provide the lawyers with an opportunity to provide you with a summary of what the evidence will show. Now, first, the prosecution will give an opening statement. Then, counsel for Mr. DeFeo may either give an opening statement, defer his opening statement until after the prosecution has rested their case, or they may decide to make no opening statement at all because the burden of proof in any criminal trial is always on the prosecution. Let us begin, counselors.
Good morning. Good morning. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Gerard Sullivan, and I'm an assistant district attorney with the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, each of you will be changed to some degree by this case. You will walk out of this courtroom after rendering a verdict, carrying with you an abiding memory of the horror that occurred in that house at 112 Ocean Avenue in the dead of the night 11 months ago. But before this case concludes and your purpose here is fulfilled, the very first anniversary of those horrors may come and go.
Objection, Your Honor. Counselor, do I need to remind you that this is the state's opening statement?
I understand that, Your Honor, but can you please instruct Counselor to keep his opening statement to what the people intend to prove rather than his personal opinion? Thank you.
Sustained. Mr. Sullivan, it behooves you to stay on point.
Of course, Your Honor. The direct and circumstantial evidence showing that Ronald DeFeo Jr. is guilty of 6 separate crimes of second-degree murder will be clear, convincing, and persuasive, beyond a reasonable doubt. Thank you. No thanks, help yourself.
Oh, a friend never lets a friend drink alone.
Tom, I'm up to my neck in emotions here. This freaking Weber clown doesn't seem to want to go down without a fight.
So bring him one. Hey.
It's just You'd think Captain Mueller would be a bit more eager to help us put DeFeo away and lend a few of his homicide detectives.
Let me guess. Mueller doesn't like approving the overtime.
Yeah, like he thinks it's coming out of his pocket. I should drag his ass down here and show him how real public servants work.
Typical bureaucratic bullshit. You know the brass only cares about the bottom line. Sully, they think they gave you DeFeo's head on a skewer. Proving this beyond a reasonable doubt, well, that's up to you and you alone.
Yeah, well, they have DeFeo's oral confession. But what about motive? I get it, everyone's stretched thin. But if we allow Weber a way in, I think that prick might be cunning enough to put holes in all of this.
Well, I have a suggestion. Let's get a sit down with Fierro and their chief of detectives. What's his name?
Buckley.
And go over the captain's head. Do these clowns have any clue what the press will write if DeFeo walks? The cops will be vilified. The public would lose trust. Heads will roll. There's my Sully. Now, which one of us really wants that drink?
All right, maybe just one.
Yeah, just one.
Good afternoon, Miss Weiss.
Good afternoon.
Miss Weiss, we are at the DeFeo home on the evening of November 13th, 1974.
Yes.
Do you recall talking to Mr. DeFeo's friends?
Yes, I've spoken to some of Ronnie's friends.
And do you recall telling any of Mr. DeFeo's friends that if Mr. DeFeo had given you the gun, you'd have hidden it for him?
I don't recall saying that at all, sir.
Well, do you recall saying it or definitely not saying it? Or do you simply have no recollection?
I have no recollection.
Miss Weiss, you've been a barmaid at several establishments in Amityville and the surrounding area, is that correct?
Yes, a few.
You suppose you'd be able to distinguish the difference between someone who is under the influence of alcohol and someone who is high on drugs?
I don't know how someone on drugs acts.
Miss Weiss, has anyone ever complimented you on your figure?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Counselor, is this line of questioning going somewhere?
It is, Your Honor.
Well, then please get to the point. Overruled. You may answer the question, Miss Weiss.
I've been complimented before.
Okay, Miss Weiss, so do you recall, after such a compliment, exposing your breast to this individual?
Objection, Your Honor!
I think that, absolutely. Please place one hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Mr. Brigante, you may be seated.
Mr. Brigante, on the night the crime was discovered, did you ask the police to be let inside of your daughter's home?
Yes. I wanted to embrace them. The CEO said, you don't want to hug them. It's a disgraceful scene. I told him, I am not ashamed to hold them with their blood. I wanted to kiss and hold them. That's all I wanted.
Mr. Brigante, would you like to take a recess?
I feel fine. Thank you very much, Your Honor. I appreciate it very much.
Well, Mr. Brigante, we understand this is difficult, but please limit your answers to the questions that are being asked of you.
But some questions you don't ask me. I want to answer some of mine.
Your Honor, would you please direct the jury to disregard Mr. Brigante's last remark?
Ladies and gentlemen, do not take into consideration any of the witnesses' remarks that are not responsive to a question.
Mr. Brigante, would you lie to protect your own flesh and blood?
Mr. Sullivan, I've never lied in my life. I'm a respected businessman and a decent living Catholic who takes Holy Communion.
Thank you, sir. No further questions, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if it's not too much trouble, may I hug my grandson?
Mr. Brigante, I will allow it, but do not make a spectacle of yourself before this court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness with Exhibit 28C?
Mr. Weber, any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. DeFeo, can you tell the court what this photograph depicts?
Looks like clothes.
Would you please be more specific?
It looks like bloody clothes.
And do you know who the clothes belong to?
I don't know, they look like mine, I don't know.
Do they look like your clothes, or are they your clothes?
Objection, Your Honor. He's badgering my client.
Counsel, take a few steps back, please.
Forgive me, Your Honor, but I'd still like an answer to that question.
You may answer the question.
Yeah, all right, they're my clothes. What of it?
Do you know whose blood that is?
I don't know. Maybe Allison?
Do you mean your sister, Allison?
Yeah, my sister Allison.
Why would Allison's blood be on your clothes?
I don't know. Maybe what I did was I took my hands and I put it in the pool of blood. And then I wiped it all over myself.
Why, Mr. DeFeo? Why would you have put your hands in the blood? Mr. DeFeo.
I don't know. Maybe I like blood.
Quiet. Quiet. Quiet.
Butch, do you recognize the person in this photograph?
Nope, never seen him before.
Are you absolutely sure?
No idea who that guy is.
Let the record show that the defendant does not recognize the subject in Exhibit 31A. Permission to publish this to the jury, Your Honor.
You may.
Pass that around, dear. Let everybody get a good look. Butch, did you kill your father?
Did I kill my father?
I killed them all.
I had to. It was self-defense.
No further questions, Your Honor.
This is Bruce Elliott with News and Detail. Our newsroom, 42-year-old Rupert Lee, the prime suspect in today's
Daddy, change the station. Yeah, Daddy, change the station.
Okay, yep. What do you want to listen to?
Yeah, keep it, Daddy. Yeah, Daddy, keep
Hey, you like this one? Okay.
Doesn't matter where we go.
When you're riding in that El Camino. Are you girls okay?